the biggest thing, though, that has struck me of late is no matter how much education we try to provide our listeners, our viewers, our donors, it's so important to leave a gift in a will to a charity, because so many people give to a charity every year. They all have their favorite charities, but at the end of the day, how many people actually really leave a gift to a charity in their will?
Which we have new data on that in Canada through our program called Willpower, which is talking about wills in Canada. We did a Canadian study and found out that right now it's only 5% of Canadians who do that. And
you said 5%?
5% of only 5%, and we're looking to increase that in the next decade. But it's really fascinating how many people who do, even when they're doing it, because I used to work in estate planning, kind of, if you remember those old V8 commercials where people would smack their head and say, I can't believe I forgot about that. And again, we remember it in life because we care about the work they do. And very often as part of an estate plan, people forget about it. And that's fine if they forget and they give in life. But again, some of the greatest charitable tax benefits come from estate planning. And in the end, it's really all about working with a proper advisor on financial tax and estate planning to say, you know, again, give me the best benefits. And very many times, especially when Canadians are facing a big tax bill, they're quite surprised to see the benefits for what they're often already giving. This is not about new money or more money. They're already being generous, and we want them to get that benefit. And frankly, getting that benefit often allows them to give more like they wish they could.
Well, the biggest objection we have, you know, when we bring it up to our donors is, I'm already leaving it to my kids. My kids are getting all my money. And the one thing we always say is, but can't we be your charity child? Or do you realize that the money that you want your heirs to have is not what they're going to get if you don't consider a charity? Have you come across that as well?
Indeed. You know, we work with so many different estate planning lawyers across the country. Some of them even say to us, they remind their client that in the end you're going to give to three entities. You're going to give to the government, you're going to give to your heirs, or you're going to give to the charity, and with a great planner you can pick two of three. You can use those charitable tax benefits to offset the taxes you would owe, not necessarily cause less to go to your family. And again, a great planner will make sure that everybody gets what you, the person who earned this money, wants them to get. And if you want that money to go to charity, it doesn't have to hurt your children and family.
I think that's the biggest message right there, is that you can do both. You can give to your family or to the benefactors that you want to receive the benefit of your lifelong income, but you can also give to that charity, and you can really make an impact for many years to come. You know, we've been raising money for all kinds of different equipment, you know, for bladder cancer screening and breast cancer screening, and ultimately this equipment that we raise money for, it saves lives. You know, your brother, your mother, your sister, your uncle, your dad, and people don't realize that when that gift that you normally give us is gone, it takes that 10 times more effort to get that gift back. And so it's so important for us to try to get the message out there for people to leave a gift in a will. It doesn't have to be hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't have to be a millionaire.
That's right.
You can give gifts of property in your will. You can donate your car. Ultimately, these things translate to money so that we can buy the equipment. But a simple gift in a will could be a percentage, a dollar amount, like I said, property. And it's so important because when you're gone, we have to replace that income from that amount of money that you've donated on an annual basis. So leaving a gift in a will, we have to try to encourage more and more people. We have to get that from 5% up. That is just too low, because I'm sure we probably have close to 50% of the population that at least have a will, right?
Yes.
So what can we do? What can we do to encourage more people to leave a gift to a charity in their will?
You know, the first thing is as simple as just thinking about it and talking to your family, talking to your loved one to say, this is something that means something to me that I want to do. You know, again, going to the resources, the foundation site, our national site, willpower.ca, and then working with a planner, working with a proper estate planning advisor who can help them to make that plan, incorporate it in. But they're going to ask you the same question everybody's going to ask you. What do you want to do? And again, the old question is, how much do you want to give? But the better way to do it is come in, talk to the foundation, and say, what do I want to do? Who do I want to help? Right, again, you just talked about bladder cancer and breast cancer in this country. You know, we have heard some incredible stories about the need, about the crisis in this area. So to make sure that these things are here for the community is something that a lot of folks care about, but even more care about, you know, health resilience and health, the health of health in a region, as opposed to having to go all over the province and other places. We want that here. And so people saying, you know, a couple of estate planning lawyers saying, we just started talking about 1%. Almost everybody can give 1%. It's not going to hurt their family or anything, but when they share with them how much that is, then often the individual says, well, I can do better than that. And they find that motivation by having the dream. Here's how I want to help.
That's right.
1, 2, 3.